Hey there, what's up you guys? It's me, your boy JD, and welcome back to the channel. And for today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is probably one of my picks for shoe of the year this 2021. And then this is the Adidas D-Rose for Restomod. So anyways guys, before we begin, I'd like to invite you guys to please do subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated for all these kinds of uploads. So before we begin, I'd like to just tell you guys that I actually don't have clips of me playing in the sneaker because I was so into the game when I was playing and I actually forgot to set up my camera, and I just really loved the way the sneaker felt, so it wasn't in my mind anymore to actually set up the camera and then just start going. And at the same time, people were already waiting for me, and I'll tell you guys more about that later as we go into the shoe. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the traction. So for the traction, as you guys can see on the clip, you guys do have that multi-directional herringbone pattern. So at the forefoot and on the heel, you have that herringbone that actually goes forward, and on the middle of the foot or the midfoot, you have those herringbone patterns that actually goes lateral. So one of the key features that I actually like about the traction pattern is those flex grooves that you guys can see. And it's very similar to the feet you wear feature that other basketball shoes and other shoes from Adidas actually has. But this one is a little bit different because if it was feet you wear, it would actually have the branding of feet you wear. But anyways, those flex grooves right there actually made the shoe really good. Like, it felt like the shoe was really one with my foot. The whatever movement that I was doing, the flex that my foot was doing, whatever movement it was doing, it was going with the flow of my foot, which is something that I really like about the shoe. And now moving up to the grip of the sneaker, this shoe, my goodness, it just grips everywhere. It may be dusty, it's gonna grip there. So it's pretty much got you covered in any direction that you want to go to. It's a tried and tested traction pattern, that herringbone. It's pretty much got you covered. And you do a Euro step, you do a hop step, you do a drop step, you do all these kinds of steps, and it's pretty much got you covered. It's not gonna slip. It's gonna make you stop on a dime as well. Now moving up to the durability of the traction outsole, that's something that I kind of don't agree. So if you guys want to whip this out on the outdoor court, my suggestion, don't. But if you guys trip nyo yun sa buhay nyo, mayaman kayo or bougie kayo, di sige, go ahead, you know, trip nyo yan eh. But for me, I'd like to preserve the sneaker by playing solely indoors in this particular shoe because again, it's a very nice sneaker and I don't wanna just use it out there for everyday playing, you know. So yun, so that's just my preference. But if you guys want to use this on the outdoor court, it's gonna perform very good as well. So that's just my personal preference. So anyways, moving up to the cushion, this is pretty much where the Restomod is actually seen. So in the OG D-Rose 4, they actually used just standard EVA, and it had an Adiprene Plus crash pad right here on the heel, which is I mean, it performed very well, but I'm not really sure. But according to my research on the OG D-Rose 4, it did perform very well. If you guys want a more detailed comparison with the OGs and the Restomods, you guys might want to check out Mix from Sneaks and Bold PH. It's right up there because he was able to play in the OG 4s, and he actually said that it's one of his favorite basketball sneakers back then. So anyways, like what I mentioned, it's full-length bounce now. This is where the Restomod is. And in comparison to the previous video, the previous episode, which is the Horton Step Back 2s, it's kind of weird because they pretty much have the same amount of bounce within the sneaker, but at the same time, they don't feel the same. Like what I mentioned, the Horton Step Back 2s, it was well balanced and it did lack a little bit of impact protection, but it did have it. But compared to this one, it was more plush, it was more responsive, it had a lot more impact protection compared to the Horton Step Back 2s. I don't know, maybe because that's a budget model and then this one's actually the D-Rose 4 Restomod, and this is probably something that, you know, ito yung, kumbaga, ito yung parang pambato nila with the pro throws that Nike's been doing. And honestly speaking, it's not that bad. It's actually very great. Okay, so again, full-length bounce, couldn't go wrong. It was really plush, it was really responsive. It had everything that I wanted in terms of the cushion setup. So it had a lot of court feel as well. Now moving up to the materials, so as you guys can see on the heel counter, you've got that plastic heel counter as well, which has a really nice design with how they incorporated the 3 stripes right there. And then here on the GeoFit, which is something that we're gonna get into later, it's pretty much mesh. And then here where the sprint web actually is, it's pretty much skin fused as far as I know, and it's very flexible, it's very breathable. I honestly thought that this shoe was actually going to be very stiff, but it wasn't, and it molded to my foot very well. So that's something that I really appreciate with the sneaker. I honestly don't see any fault in this because it's durable, it's flexible, it's breathable, and it molds to your foot very well. Now moving up to the fit, my suggestion would be if you're a narrow footer, go up half a size. But if you are a narrow footer, you can just go through to size. But I will tell you right now, it is a to get into this sneaker. Like, damn, like it's really hard to get into the sneaker. But again, that struggle is kind of worth it because once you're in the sneaker, the shoe is a very one-to-one fit and it actually feels very good. Now moving up to the support and the lockdown, like what I mentioned, the uppers material is very supportive. The sprint web, that skin-infused material is very supportive. Your foot is pretty much locked in there. But for me, because the support and the lockdown feature that I like the most is actually the Geo Fit right here. And the Geo Fit actually acts as an ankle support that molds to your foot very well. And the reason why I like this personally is because I didn't have to wear that giant ankle brace that I wear to keep my left ankle supported very well. So with this one, with this kind of setup, it's an ankle brace incorporated within the shoe. So that's something that I really appreciate with the D-Rose for Restomod. And aesthetically speaking, of course, this is something that I would never rock off the court, but if you can rock it off the court, kudos to you, bro. But honestly, for me, I think that it's more lit when it's on the court. You know, there's more flair when you wear this on the court rather than off the court. So yeah. So anyways, what are my overall thoughts about the D-Rose for Restomod? Well, playing in the sneaker is one of the best sneakers for 2021. If you guys are interested in copying a pair, again, I'll leave links in the description box as much as I can. But again, the sneaker is so nice. And I actually copped this from Solely Soles. And I'm not sure if they still have it, but again, like what I mentioned, you guys can visit their page because they actually have good other sneakers right there. Bang for your buck sneakers is there as well. But again, for me, guys, honestly, this is contending to be one of the best sneakers for 2021. And one of the reasons for that is because the lineup for Adidas over the past year has been really crappy. The best shoe that they have is actually the Dawn Issue 2s, which is actually not a bad sneaker, but it's not a great performer as well. But compared to this, honestly, this is the best shoe, basketball performing sneaker that they released this 2021. If you guys have any other shoe that you guys think is the best Adidas shoe that's out right now, leave it down below, and I want to know your thoughts about what best Adidas sneaker is out there right now. So anyways, guys, that pretty much takes care of it for the Adidas D-Rose for Restomod. Again, if you guys are interested in copying a pair, I'll try to leave the link down in the description box. But I can assure you if it's still available. So anyways, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated for all these kinds of uploads. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok and on Spotify, follow us on Instagram as well, both on JDN Reviews and JDN Reviews The Closet, because I actually have updates on the sneakers that I'm selling. Anyways, guys, this was your boy JD. Please don't forget to get vaccinated, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.